That means we can finally officially start with Dino Crisis. Hooray. It only took me a million years, but it's working. I do want to watch the intro. Came out of nowhere. All right. Lord, might have to. Normal or easy? Why is normal to the left and easy on the right? Well, I'm a pleb, so I'm gonna go easy.
You have mail. The second report from Military Experiment Facility. Agent name, Tom.
I have successfully infiltrated under the guise of a researcher as planned. I have encountered no information regarding top-secret development of new type weapons, but I have discovered there is an unexpected individual at this facility. The man is Dr. Kirk, the leading authority of our nation's energy research. Dr. Kirk was alleged to have died in an accident during the course of an experiment 3 years ago. The reports were premature, and it appears that he is currently working as the head of a non-weapon project at this facility. The experiment is in the late stages of development. Regarding the staged accidental death, it appears that this country is somehow involved, recommending that necessary actions be taken immediately.
Refer to the data on Dr. Kirk. Operation instructions.
Feels like we got a little turbulence.
Once you hit the ground, head straight to the designated convergence point.
sorry I'm late.
It's time. Let's move out.
What about Cooper?
Forget him. Time's up.
Wait, wait!
Cutscenes are pretty smooth.
Okay, this is the first checkpoint. Playtime is officially over, kiddies. Something's wrong. The lights in the guardhouse are out.
Maybe this has been a wild night of partying for the guards. You know, a little song, a little dance.
Stay here, Junior. Leave the guards to me.
Hey, did you hear what he just called me?
Forget about it. Just let Gale handle this.
All right, it's clear. Okay, let's do this. I'll infiltrate the facility and occupy the control room on the first floor. I should have access to all the security systems from there. I'll contact you as soon as I've cleared the room.
Alright. Gameplay. Oh god, it's not letting me use analog. Hold on, just some controller things. Or I'll just yeah, I have that bound to D, but it doesn't change it. So I can bind my analogs. Maybe this one didn't have analog support. I'll just manually bind it so that I won't get pain in my thumb. Oh, it's quick turnaround. Yeah, I know it's like Resident Evil. Oh,
Let me guess. This is some of your handiwork, right?
The brass is still warm. These guards were shooting at something very recently.
So who were they fighting?
This wasn't much of a fight. I don't think these guards hit anything before getting sliced and diced. Whatever they were shooting at came in through there, and ripped right through the steel fence.
Well, the hole is nice and clean. But I still say you could have done this.
Very funny. We still need to figure out what happened here. Continue to sweep the area.
I like the Metal Gear Solid style items.
Rick can handle the inside of the facility on his own.
What if I ignore him? How do I save? Right. Oh. Okay, well that's how we shoot. I can't open that. What's that? Guess I can't just walk over it like in Metal Gear Solid. Hmm. So far, no music. Let's see if he's still alive. He disappeared. No, he's still here. Oh, do I not have the right key? Backup generator area, ground level. B1 backup generator. That's a different one.
Rick here. I'm in. The place is deserted, though. I have a very bad feeling about this.
How's the progress going with that security system?
I don't know what's been going on here, but it looks like all the power in this facility's been cut.
Same here.
As long as that's the situation, there's not a lot I can do. Why don't you see if you can gain access to the backup generators on the ground level?
I'm on it. What are you doing here?
I caught the last part of your conversation.
By the way, I found a key.
Hand it over. Let's head outside.
Oh, there goes my key. Where'd he go? I guess he went here. Well, he got
That's
schwacked.
disgusting.
This guy's been eviscerated. Something tore his intestines straight out.
Look at those tooth marks. It had to be some sort of animal.
Okay, let's move on. I'll stand guard here. You go inside and take a look around.
Button. Let's not press anything yet. Nothing happened. I see. Red, blue, green, white. Cool, it's running. Don't have any batteries though, so... But maybe in the future. I'll be needing a battery. Oh crap, what's happening?
Gale?
What is happening? You dead now? Where the Dino's at? Oh boy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no! Run! Oh! Oh, is it gone? Get fucked! He died easily. Well, you never know how it's gonna be later.
Good news. I got the control system back online. What's the situation over there?
It's Gale. I lost him.
So what's the bad news? Did you run into some guards?
You're not gonna believe this. He was attacked by some kind of dinosaur.
That's a good one. So, who was it? Barney?
This isn't a joke, you idiot. We were just attacked by a big-ass lizard.
For real? What's going on over there? Alright. Head over to the control room and we'll sort out this whole situation.
Okay, that's cool. Oh, we have options here. Still finicking around with the sounds. Oh no. Changing the sound volumes in Windows settings as well. Where's this Dino boy? Event opening. Climbing. I mean, yeah, this game is clearly inspired by Resident Evil. Same devs, really. Um, Capcom, yeah. So there's different spots where we can go down. We got music in these areas. Save point. Plug. Turn on the computer. New employee education. Code disk. Disk X. Okay. Why? But at least I don't have to worry about zombies. Okay, too. Okay. Need a code. If this would have been a bad game, then the code would have been like here on the wall or something, or like here, because that's what bad horror games do. Like put the code literally next to the thing. Oh, it's a save point. And use 5 left. Wonder what happens if we touch the laser. Well, that happens. I'm just exploring instead of going to where I need to go. Or disk. Yep, that's pretty much what I do. Read everything, or well, not read, but explore everything. Oh. 0426. Let me note that down. Oh, okay. Let's go. Ski. They said there was a weapon locker, but there's no weapons in here. Interesting that they don't have a scenario 1 and 2. Or like a different character selection like they had in Resident Evil. Ugh. Well, in the first one you can still choose a different character.
What's our status?
This security system is a snap for me. Real amateur stuff. So, what exactly happened to Gale? You said that he was attacked by a dinosaur?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I just hope he's still alive. Anyway, our first priority is to complete the mission.
What we ought to do is just call in the chopper and get off this death trap.
That's a great idea, but Cooper has the radio, and he's missing. Hey, what's with this monitor?
That's the security monitor for the underground area. The camera's offline.
So I take it that means power still hasn't been restored to the area.
Exactly. They must have that area wired to a different power system than the ground level.
We can investigate that area after we finished our sweep of the ground level.
Okay, then I'll take care of the shutters that are blocking the way. You work your way in, grab the dock, and then rendezvous back here.
Okay.
Yeah. Now what I want to know is where those things are coming from.
Okay. Wrong door then.
What's the deal with this place anyway?
Don't think I have an idea. Well, okay. I don't have an ID card. That area is blocked. That's a lot of aid items. Ugh. Yep, I think so too. Ugh.
Regina, I took care of the shutter. You should be able to access the control panel now.
Already? That was quick. Thanks.
Hey girl, just get going.
Ugh. Welcome back. Got so much shit. Holy crap, I even have a shotgun and a grenade gun. Next, I mean, I saw the option, I just didn't know how to. I just didn't experiment with it yet. There's so many different ones. Damn. Oops. Well, just another item that I can recover my health completely with. Just like this one replenishes health completely, so I kind of waste it then, I think. I don't know. Hmm. They're definitely a lot more generous compared to Resident Evil 1 and 2. Even those I played on the easier difficulties and didn't get this many items, holy shit. Because that's the thing, Resident Evil 1 and 2 I also played on the easier difficulties. Stay sleeping, boy. So, on normal difficulty, they stand up again, you said? Yeah, okay. And there's only 2 difficulties, or is there also harder ones when you beat the game? Hmm. Okay. Fair enough. The thing is that with these games you never know how hard it's gonna be, because like in Resident Evil 1 and 2 I definitely had some degree of challenge. I think in Resident Evil 2 I even started on medium and then I kept dying in one spot and then I lowered it. So because it's also the same devs and same type of game, I kind of went with easy. But maybe this one is too easy, I'm not sure. I need to know how it compares to the difficulties in Resident Evil 1 and 2. Like maybe I should restart on normal, I'm not sure. Maybe if I can find info on Google. Hmm. Well, some people are saying this game is hard, so. Oh, there is a hard and very hard as well. Hmm. Eight 159. Hmm. Sort of, probably. I'll figure it out.
survivor.
Are you from the rescue team?
Yes, I am. Do you know where I can find Dr. Kirk?
Kirk? That fool. What's he plotting now?
What are you talking about?
Here. Take this.
What's this for?
I don't know. Told me extremely vital.
Okay. Medal. Damn. That sounds pretty fucked up, running through a door and then they get after you. Oh,
I've unlocked the shutters near the entrance. One more thing. I just caught a glimpse of something on the monitor that looked human. It should be somewhere near the front of the training room. So, check there first.
okay. Oh, what the hell? Okay, I think I get it. Or another dead body. Fresh. He's freshly killed. Yeah. Well, that one also didn't die instantly. Where can I check the health of my character? Good. How do you see that she's bleeding? Oh, because of the blood drops. Ah. Good spot, I didn't even notice that. Oh shit. Big boy. Oh crap. Ah. Oh damn.
Gale, you're still alive. Good timing.
What is it? Another lizard?
That's no lizard. It's a dinosaur.
Dinosaur?
Look, something's really wrong with this place. This whole mission has gone sour.
Hey, it's always eat or be eaten out in the battlefield, no matter who or what you're up against. Any word on the dock yet? I've got to hook up with Rick again. My radio's dead, and he's the only one who can fix it.
Hold on. Yeah, I heard 3 was not good. Hmm. More vents. Toilet. A good moment to go to the toilet. I need to go number 1. Alright, Moosey. Come, how do you do? Welcome to Dino Crisis. Haha, dumbass. Oh, he is dumb. I wonder if he'll die from this. Oh, I should have gone to the bathroom while this happened. Would have been funny for Moosey to see when coming in. No wonder these animals went extinct. Sure has determination. He hesitated for a moment. Well, it didn't really do damage, it seems. No. Okay, well, welcome, Moosey, to Dino Crisis. Have you played this game before? A note on the ceiling. I have not played it. Have you heard about it though? You have not voted for this, no. I believe currently there are none of your votes present. I added a question mark behind the Simcopter vote from Natulis because he did redeem the personal game instead of the game from the list, so I don't know if he accidentally did that or if he meant it as like one of his childhood games, because then it would get played regardless. It's like one of his own personal choices that he grew up with. Yeah, you voted for Layers of Fear, which sadly was a very shitty game. Both you and Player voted for that. Yeah, Layers of Fear was very bad. It was like super boring. Oh, I finished Layers of Fear, but it was super boring. Thankfully, I finished it all in one go. Yeah, I was kind of rushing through it for the most part. It was just super boring. Just no gameplay mechanics whatsoever. Just mostly hold W and watch the scripts play out. The closest thing that came to a puzzle is basically putting in a code that's literally like on the wall in the same room, which I think is super lazy. Yeah, it was too much of a walking sim, absolutely. It just had no gameplay but walking. And I get that horror games are a lot of walking. This game is a lot of walking. But there have already been puzzles in this game that were way more interesting than Layers of Fear, and there's at least a little bit of combat every time now and then. Yeah. I'm not even asking for much, like just something to for me to focus on that isn't just holding the W key. I'm really describing how you feel towards most horror games. Gotcha. Well, yeah, Layers of Fear was absolutely that. Only relying on scripts. And just no gameplay. There's nothing. And the stupid thing is, the whole game was filled with drawers and cabinets you could open, but like 90% of them did not have anything inside of it. So it's useless to look for things. And the only moment you actually need to look for something is if the game locks you up in a room. Then you know you need to find like a key or something. But also, death was meaningless in the game. You get killed, you don't lose any progress. You just like get knocked down and you get up again, and then like the monster's gone. So it's just super bad. Just no repercussions for dying. And, you know, there can be some walking sims that I could potentially enjoy, but it would have to rely on other things. It would have to be very pretty to look at. Or something. But for horror games, yeah. I mean, I heard, like, the only reason I put it on the list is because I heard from a friend that Layers of Fear was good. And then I played it and it was like the most boring shit ever. Holy fuck. Like, I was shocked how bored I was. Yeah, it looked okay. And I was taking it slow at the beginning, right? Like, I'm fine with giving a game some time to get, you know, start up, you know. At the beginning, I assumed it was just mostly walking. But then I kept playing and playing and still nothing was happening, and then I was starting to get bored. Yep, missed opportunity to make a puzzle with the record player. There are just no puzzles in the game, and I don't count put these four numbers that are literally on the wall next to you in a keypad that I don't count as a puzzle because the answer is right there. I guess the closest thing to a puzzle was like the thing with the numbers. You had the cat, and you had to follow the three lines that went from cat to numbers. That was like slightly more challenging because you had to follow a line. That was the closest thing to a puzzle in the whole game. Yeah, exactly. I think people have very low standards when it comes to horror games. And that kind of makes me sad because horror games can be so much more interesting. I have the same puzzle again with the colors. Like, this is also still a rather simple puzzle, but it's still somewhat having to figure something out without feeling insulted. put the thing in, right? The Forest is a horror game? I didn't know that. Yeah, like, I mean, I just ask for no over-reliance on jump scares. Like, the game should be scary because of its atmosphere and the sense and feeling of vulnerability. Stuff like that. Like, anything as long as it's not fucking jump scares all the time. And I'm not saying a game is not allowed to have any jump scares. There are jump scares in Resident Evil as well. But the game doesn't over rely on them. And when the game starts relying on them, they just start being fucking obnoxious. Red, blue, green, white. I mean, this is a relatively simple puzzle, but I have to use my brain a little bit.
That you, Regina?
Yeah? So, do we have power yet?
We're in the green, thanks to you. Look, I need you to come back here. There's something I have to talk to you about.
Hmm? And like even Soma was a lot of walking, but there were at least certain objectives from time to time. And puzzles and stuff like that. And stealth sections, you had to like avoid a certain enemy. But what carried Soma was the interesting narrative. That was fucking amazing. Like, I was addicted to that game because I just wanted to know what happens next, what happens next. Yeah, like, I think I wouldn't call that game, like, that game is horror not because it's like a scary game, even though it does have some scary parts, I feel. But I feel the main horror from Soma comes because of the narrative. Purely because of the narrative and the topics it brings. And that's what I just didn't expect from a horror game. Like, it was just pure, like, psychological horror because of the narrative. I fucking loved about it. I definitely wouldn't call it a walking sim either, but there is definitely a lot of walking, for sure. But they do sprinkle in actual gameplay of some simple things to make it interesting enough. Ugh! Dead. Oh. Yeah, and because this game doesn't over rely on jump scares, you know, that was a jump scare, right? That was a jump scare. But because the game doesn't over rely on jump scares, it actually was like a moment of, oh shit, and it wasn't obnoxious. Because the game is mostly pretty calm. But then it happens when you don't expect it. And that's what makes it fun. And Resident Evil had the same thing. It made me jump as well on certain moments. But it's fun when that happens because it doesn't get obnoxious. Oh, that's the save room. Yeah, when a game over relies on jump scares, you just get used to it. You then start expecting a jump scare everywhere. Like, oh, there's gonna be a jump scare here, there's gonna be a jump scare here, just everywhere you go. But if you just use it sparingly, then it's fine. And this is like Resident Evil, an open map, right? But because you get different objectives, you have to go, you know, from one spot to another spot and to another spot. So you're revisiting same areas. And the cool thing is that you feel comfortable because you've already been in an area, but because, you know, you're backtracking, often enough things change when you backtrack, and suddenly there is like a jump scare where a monster attacks you in a place that was safe before. And that also gives a sense of immersion, that the world is changing around you while you're not there, right? That there can be an enemy suddenly there when there wasn't one previously. That also helps with the immersion. And I think there's like this, like, my theory is there was an influx like some time ago, right? Maybe like 10 years ago or something, or less. There has been like some horror games that were like very bad and lazy, but they got played by popular YouTubers who would like overreact in extreme ways. And then like a lot of other people would keep making lazy horror games because they would hope that the YouTuber would play their game and then a lot of people would buy it. And that's how like this new standard of bad horror games happened. And on top of that, that horror is a pretty niche genre, which means that a lot of people who play it, generally the big actual big horror fans are usually a lot more critical, but because of like the YouTuber thing, a lot of like more casual people have started playing it without really, you know, caring much about the genre. They just want a scary setting and that's it. And then that's why like the very low bar has been set for horror games now. Well, does the original Resident Evil look good to you, Musi? Or the original Silent Hill? Because, like, those are, in my opinion, the granddaddies of horror games. Resident Evil and Silent Hill. But, like, of all the RE fans, even the original ones?
What's the emergency?
Gale just told me he saw someone on the underground monitor.
It flashed by pretty quick, but I'm sure I saw something. Rick, open the shutter to the underground area. What is it?
It's a distress signal from one of our team members. It must be Cooper.
Yeah, or it might be Tom. He infiltrated this facility posing as one of the researchers. Can you pinpoint the signal?
It's coming from outside of the building, to the east of the rear entrance we came in from.
Look, we'll deal with it later. Our first priority is the survivor in the underground. It could be the doc.
What are you talking about? He's asking for our help. We don't leave our own behind.
And what if it's a trap? Would you want one of us to come and rescue you?
Don't bother. I'm willing to take that risk.
Remember our mission. We're not here to babysit.
That's your way of operating, not mine. All right. You have your access to the underground, Gale. So get moving. You handle your things your way, I'll handle my things my way.
That punk is really starting to get on my nerves. Regina, I'm heading out to investigate the underground.
You only played the original one? Never saw anything about the other Resident Evil games that appeal to you? Okay, well, that's fine. I can see how it's not appealing for someone. Resident Evil games have definitely changed a lot, like... Of course you have the original 3, but then 4 was a lot more action focused. And then 5 and 6 were very different as well, and 7 was more like the original, but first person. So like a lot of the Resident Evil games are different, and then there's also remakes and stuff of different games that do things, but... Yeah, Resident Evil is, across the whole franchise, very, very varied. Yep, first one, the first 3 even were on PlayStation 1. So far I've only played the first 2 and Resident Evil 7. And I liked all 3 of them. I want to replay Resident Evil 7 and all the expansions for it. Well, I will say Resident Evil is definitely, I wouldn't say very scary, but it is like tense. Because it's just zombies and stuff like that, but it's just, I get scared because of the vulnerability, not because the zombies are scary or anything. And it helps a lot if I were to play on higher difficulties, but I just still am getting my grips with these kind of games. There's also the whole resource management you have in Resident Evil games, where you can only take limited supplies and you have to like use the sparing amount of ammo and health that the game gives you to survive. Like, it's a lot of health and ammo management on the higher difficulties. And that's what people also enjoy, being wounded and then being low on health items, and then they heal and maybe they're still wounded and they don't have much ammo. That's like the pressure that gives survival horror games fans the fun. That pressure you get when you know you can't really heal anymore and stuff like that. Yeah, if you ever play Project Zomboid and you've had a moment where you're low on resources and you're like wounded and stuff, like that's kind of the idea of like playing Resident Evil, at least on higher difficulties. That pressure of being low on resources and needing to find more every moment. Can also do search for clues to find Dr. Kirk. Rescue your... I mean, for Dr. Kirk, we only need to find clues, so we don't even really know where he is for sure. Rescue your comrade immediately, I'd say, probably better. Because we know for sure we'll rescue someone. Cool that there's different choices. Gives replay value. Appreciate that. Have to go back outside. Two main types of survival games. Survival horror and survival crafting. Whichever person is a bigger fan of, that tends to be what they call survival games. Yeah, true. Project Zomboid is more like a survival crafting game. Whereas stuff like Resident Evil and Dino Crisis and Silent Hill are like survival horror, but not survival on the crafting stuff, but like survival as in managing a low amount of resources and trying to stay alive in the literal sense, survival. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't consider Subnautica horror. I mean, it can be very scary for people who might have a very big phobia for underwater, but yeah. Alright. Yeah, exactly. If people genuinely have a big phobia about, I mean, like, I'm not gonna deny that Subnautica had some scary moments, but I wouldn't argue that just because a game has scary moments, it's therefore a horror game. Because for me, I feel it, you know, a game is a horror game if the setting is scary, right? Obviously, but Subnautica's setting is only scary if you go deep underwater, but above water it's fine. There's nothing scary about above water. So, you know. I used to be afraid of claymation, and I still find certain claymation a bit, uh, a bit, forgot the word, uncanny. There used to be this claymation point and click game that as a child I was very afraid of because it was so uncanny to me. So that scared me, but that doesn't make it a horror game, right? I remember even being scared of Unreal. That game scared me. Doom even scared me a little bit to a degree, but Unreal scared me more. But those are not really horror games, I would say. How I felt about the Zero Consequence Death and Layers Affair. That's how you felt about Subnautica, and I was initially really disappointed. Yeah, I can see that, although you do lose some items in Subnautica, but I do agree that it's still a relatively low consequence for dying. And I do agree, turning on hardcore would definitely make it a lot more tense, because then there's a lot at stake, for sure. Yeah, exactly. It is, you know, not much. You only lose like one item or something. Exactly. So it's not much of a consequence, but it is something. But yeah, it is. I definitely didn't care much about dying in Subnautica for sure. And I agree that playing on hardcore would make it very tense. At least the game has that option, which is very nice. Did he go in here? Did. Am I going the right way? Oh. Here's one thing. I played Left 4 Dead 2 once, and holy fuck, I did not enjoy that game. Oh shit, I'm actually getting grabbed. Yep. Fuck. No! Let me go, pleb! Oh crap, I'm wounded. There we go, we're starting to get schwacked. Dead bird. My issue with Left 4 Dead 2 was that I felt that there were just too many zombies to deal with, and the goal wasn't really to shoot zombies, but to like do objectives of like collecting things, like collecting fuel for a car, stuff like that. And at that point, the zombies for me just became a nuisance because they were just so many, and I don't know, I just felt too chaotic. Like there was no focus on like the combat, but more on like just getting the objectives done, while this, you know, kind of just the zombies being a nuisance and in the way. And just kind of the most similar thing I would say would be like freaking Payday 2 again, where cops were not really a big focus and they were just swarming with cops and they were just getting a nuisance, kind of taking me out of the immersion as well in both games. Yeah, that as well, bullet spongy. Like, I would enjoy Payday if I could just do it stealthy every mission, I guess, but when we would rob a bank and we'd get caught and there'd be like so many police officers and we'd just keep gunning them down, it just felt immersion breaking for me.
Tom!
They came out of nowhere. Didn't have a chance.
Tom, can you tell us what's going on here?
Kirk's insane. His experiments have nothing to do with energy development.
Tom!
Here, take this.
His wounds are pretty bad. We have to move him someplace safe immediately. This looks pretty bad. Listen, I'll take care of it.
I actually played Zombies one time with a friend, and I enjoyed that more than Black Ops 2, or than than Left 4 Dead 2, because the actual goal of it was to like hold back the zombies, to actually shoot and kill the zombies. One of my favorite zombie shooting games is actually Killing Floor. Now, I wouldn't really call it a scary horror game, but it is focused on shooting zombies, and I really enjoy the shooting gameplay in that, and the different classes and stuff and weapons. Fuck. 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 Oh shit. I never completed Dead Island, but I played it a bit, and I remember really liking it. It's very satisfying melee combat. Very meaty combat. The zombies would like react nicely when you hit them with a melee weapon. Oh, I don't even remember there being elemental effects, but that's pretty cool. I never got far in that, but I remember really liking it. I also remember Dead Rising I played. I don't know which one or two, but Dead Rising was also fun. It was a lot more arcadey, and there were a lot of zombies as well, but you could like... It was kind of like more of a power fantasy game, just mowing down a lot of zombies in that game. Really enjoyed that, but didn't play much of it. I still want to get back to it. That was a bit more over the top, but in a fun way. Yeah, I dropped the save state here. I'm gonna wrap it up here. So far this is fun. And I enjoy the conversations about zombie games. I definitely gotta play some others, but that's why it is like for Strongtober, I kind of like, obviously I could be playing a lot of zombie games, but I wouldn't classify zombie games necessarily as like horror games. So the focus is more like on horror games that actually focus on being a bit scary to some degree. But yeah, like maybe sometime I can also focus on zombie games or something. There's plenty of zombie games I would want to play, so yeah, Dead Rising and Dead Island and Killing Floor is always fun, and you know, plenty of other games that are good. Today was a nice stream. I appreciate everyone coming over. Don't forget to vote if you want to influence the next game. Although there is a chance, I still need to ask Natulas. Because he like redeemed the personal vote thingy of like his game he grew up with. But I don't know if that was on accident or not. So I'm gonna still have to ask him. So that's why there's a question mark behind his Simcopter vote, because I don't know if that vote was for this list or for his personal one. Because if that's the case, then we'll play Simcopter regardless, unless it was meant for the list. Then it'll just be in the thingy. Yeah, in 30 years, Project Zomboid will leave early access, then I can play it. Yeah, exactly. I'm unsure which of the two Natulus meant, because he did redeem the personal one. So maybe he did that on accident, so I just need to ask him, but I haven't seen him yet since he voted. But yeah, I wish everyone a wonderful night. Thank you for coming over. It was fun. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Have a good one.